So here it is, A Stich in Time for 2 Point Hospital, where we have 3 hospitals in different times in different eras. We have the Castle era, which is clockwise upon time. We have the Futuristic era, which is clockwise above time. And then we have the Prehistoric era, which is clockwise before time. So the first thing you had to do was we had to work on clockwork upon time. Let's take a look and see what we had to do. So this is it. This is clockwork upon time. And if you look closer, you'll see it's the medieval time where we have the old buildings and the castle. Where the castle is, I do not know, but supposedly there was one. There's an old church. So this is the land that you get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 bits of land that you can really build a small hospital on. This has to be, probably think is not the best DLC. And the reason I say that is because it's got no extra illnesses or illness rooms that you can put down, but it does have illnesses. You'll find out as we go along. The illnesses that you have in here are kind of rehashes of ones you've already done. So I do believe that this is possibly the worst DLC of the lot. Don't let that stop you, because it's worth having in your collection. But out of the lot of them, it is the worst. So what does it entail? Now, if you take a look around, you'll probably see some weird things on the ground. These are natural portals. As you go along, you can actually put your own time portal down, and that's where people come from. They jump out of that from different time eras. So there you go. I don't know if that's Tudor. Is that the Tudor era? You've got a jester up there. And then we've got all these here. There's no futuristic people. We have the clown. But as I was saying about the rehash, that is the same as that. So you've got the jester from the old time and the jester from today's time. For the fracture ward, I have my old trusty research area and a few training areas and a staff room. We have quite a lot of research, well, 3 research rooms. This guy is suffering from hysterical laughter. We have the clown clinic because of what I've just shown you. This guy here is walking into the clown clinic because he has jester infection, which is exactly the same as what we got. It's just that it's a little bit different. We have your standard ward. Again, more Tudor people walking in. Let me just put a bit of life into this. There you go. We have a erectile dysfunction. And then we have the beheadedness, which is that there. Again, that's in the head clinic, where they take that off, like say with a light bulb, and put a proper head on. So there's your GPs. More GPs up here. Another staff room. They're all doing nothing because really, there is nothing for them to do. So here you go. In the deluxe clinic, the guy with no head or ghost head comes and that gets taken off just like the light. We have the pharmacy. More training rooms. Another pharmacy. More of these time portals that I put down. And we had the marketing room. I found this very easy to do. I didn't really think much because if you look around, there's a lot of space. There's hardly any illnesses. It's just the ones that come in, like this person has beheadedness and that, chest infection. So yeah, that was pretty much. I don't really like to call the 2 Point Studios, but yeah, this one, it's just plain. Yeah, I didn't find this one all that great. I liked all this. I thought this was really good. Like I say, it's built in castle grounds and stuff like that. We just don't have any other illness that you can actually put down and see for yourself. So what did I have to do to get myself through these 3 stars? Well, the first thing we had to do for star 1, we had to own 4 buildings. We had to cure 25 patients from time portal. That's just anyone that comes through these time portals. That's all we have to do. And then cure 10 patients with reptile dysfunction. Let me just get past this 1 year and then I'll continue with star 2. I've got plenty of wards. Like I say, this is what I mean. This is easy. I've got 5 no deaths. That's how easy this one is. Janitor of the year, nurse of the year, doctor of the year, and employee of the year. No rising star, best teacher, or assistant of the year. So that shows you how easy it is. So for star 2, we had to cure 50 patients from time portals, have a hospital attractiveness of 80%, and upgrade 4 machines. For the final star, which was star 3, we had to cure 75 patients from the Tyme portal, have a cure rate of 85%, and have a staff morale of 85%. And we didn't do a bad job of that, as you can see. As for this up here, the Tyme portal arrival rating, the more you put down, the more patients that come. So you can't move these. These are stuck. So you can't move them at all. So once I'd done all three of them, we moved on to the next one, which was clockwork before time. Now this one's a little bit more interesting because we're actually outside. Again, we have Tyme portals that are sitting around, and yes, you have to put them down as well. This is what this is. I don't think you could put any more down than what they allow you to put down. That's why you got 66%. I didn't really need to put any more down. And this is the second hospital in A Stich in Time. Again, we had new illnesses, but no new illness rooms. So there was no other room that you could actually put down and see the process of curing the patient. We had 3 DNA labs. We had the ward. We had the pharmacy and a couple of training rooms. We had the GPs and the trusty old research area. We had the fracture ward. We had the lightheadedness. We had marketing, another pharmacy, and the old injection room. And we also had 4 psychiatrists and a couple of surgeries. And that was pretty much what we had. Like I said before, no new illness that you can see for yourself or room. Again, we had the Tudor people walk in, and we had these cave people. This guy had bonehead, which is pretty much a bone going through his head. Just like this person right there. This guy is suffering from a form of lightheadedness, which again is a rehash of what we've already seen in the other one. With this one, I didn't really challenge myself to go any longer than the 9. I only went 9 years because I really didn't see the point in actually pushing this too far. We've got a good load of money with 2.5 million. But other than that, there was nothing really more that I could do to upgrade this building. Every bit of land obviously opens up, so you've got these little bits like the rocks that are telling you where you can build, and you've got a little area there and an area there, and it's all kind of not joined up because you have a little area there with this great big massive thing in the way. So what did I have to do to get myself through the 3 stars of this one? For the first star, I had to complete Tyme portal research project, which I had to do in here, but I didn't because I didn't have the money, so I went off and did it somewhere else. I had to place down 3 Tyme portals, get the hospital up to level 7, and cure 6 patients suffering from Rockstar, which I don't seem to be able to find anywhere. Is that one? No, that's Tar Pits. We had this guy here that had woolly mouth. And as for Rockstar, I can't find one. We had a few that came from the future. Look, this guy here, his diagnosis was artificial intelligence. So that's what he was suffering from. And we had another one there. He was from the present day. Just here, look. He had inflated ego. But as for Rockstar, I can't find anyone. Is he suffering from Rockstar? No, he's suffering, or she's suffering from FOMO sapien. Yeah, so someone in here was actually suffering from Rockstar. And that's what made it a little bit harder, because they were very, very rare. And that's why I can't find one. So for star 2, what did I have to do? Well, I had to cure 50 patients from the Tyme portal. Place 6 Tyme portals down. Get the hospital up to level 11. And cure 10 patients with woolly mammoth, which is this guy here. We had a lot of patients come from different areas. So you had that guy up there, look, which obviously his treatment failed. That's the person I do believe might have Rockstar. That's right, again, it's another rehash of what we've already seen before. We had them from the Tudor era and the present day. So what do we have to do for star 3? Well, for star 3, we had to cure 75 patients from the Tyme portal. So we went from 25 to 50 to 75. We had to have a cure rate of 85%, and we had to complete time travel research project. And then we had it. We had our final star. And then after we'd done that, we could move on to the last and final hospital of this DLC, which was Clockwork Above Time. Now this is obviously set in the future. This is why everything looks all blue and all modern and all hologrammy. That's how this was. So again, what did I have? I had a load of my GPs. We had the trusty old research room again. We had the psychiatry. So we had the old Yesterizer, which is a new building or a new room that we put down. And we did actually have to train someone up to work in there as well. We had the fracture ward, your standard ward. We had your surgery and the injection room, lightheadedness again, and the pharmacy, DNA rooms, and another surgery. And then we had the clown clinic, and this time we had the recovery room. Now this room did something different. It was more of a hologram person than what we've known to seen before. So that's pretty much what happened, and he's just taken a dump. How? I do not know, but he has. So that is pretty much the third hospital. No, again, apart from this room down here and the new training, there is no other illness. It's pretty much all similar. It's just set in the future. So what did I have to do to get myself through these 3 stars to finally finish this DLC? Which, to be honest with you, once I finished it, I was quite glad I had. There was actually another mission that we were given basically through it, was that Captain Yesterday would come along and ask us to do certain things. Like here, cure rate of 75% for lost in time patients, and cure 5 lost in time patients as well. Once we'd done all that in a certain amount of time, we'd get a certain amount of money. So for the first star, I had to train 1 assistant in the Yesterizer, or Yesterization, depends on how you want to say it. Then we had to cure 5 patients with artificial intelligence. That was normally done in psychiatry. And then back over here again, for the final mission of Star 1, we had to send 30 lost in time patients back. For Star 2, I'm going to stay here because what we had to do was send 60 patients back. And train 2 assistants in the Yesterizer, or Yesterization. I don't know how to say it, but that's pretty much what it means. And then we had to get a reputation of 80%. And then for the third and final star, which I was quite glad was come to, we're back here again. We had to send 75 patients back through Lost in Time. We had to train up 3 assistants in Yesterization to level 3. Level 3 is level 4. We had to get a reputation of 80%. And we had to entertain 999 patients. Pretty much with stuff like this over here, and the food. That was pretty much tells you that you've entertained them. And that's pretty much what we had to do to complete this one hospital. And after I'd done that, I thought to myself, I'm glad that's over. Because yeah, I weren't impressed. I do apologise, but it just weren't. There was just nothing really new. Things were rehashed, but it's worth doing just so you have actually done it. We got 3.9 million in the bank, and there's no really anywhere that I could have gone after this, so I kind of come off after 11 years. And there we have it. There is your tour of A Stich in Time DLC. It's now up to you to choose whether you want to buy it, whether you want to do it, or whatever. It's completely up to you. So once I've done this DLC, where did I go to then? Well, I'll show you. We then came to the Speedy Recovery DLC, which was a lot better, because we had completely different things all together. We had vehicles this time, we had new illnesses, which we could see, and it was all different formats of playing. So if you're interested in seeing that DLC, join me in the next video, when I should take you through this one. Thank you for joining me, and I shall see you again. Bye bye.